Hey everyone, Tim Schofield here. We've got a special video today. Inside of this box is another box, and inside of that box is another box. The Xbox Series X is inside of here, and we are going to open it on up. Big thanks to Microsoft for sending this over, giving us some early access to it, and of course, more Xbox Series videos coming very soon. So be sure to click that subscribe button so you're notified. Anyways, let's go ahead and open up this box, see what comes inside, and get a close look with the hardware of the Series X. Let's get started. And here it is, the Xbox Series X with the 1 terabyte SSD. A little random, but kind of cool. The entire inside of the shipping box was themed for the Xbox Series X. A nice little touch there from Microsoft. A quick look at the box that it comes in for those of you that are interested. On the back is Power Your Dreams with Master Chief there. And then on the left side is some good information about the console and a really cool image here because this is their split motherboard system to help even out the temperature, which will allow you to get more power out of the console. And here it is, the Xbox Series X. Power your dreams, and let's check out the console and see what comes in the box. Inside is your power cable, very simple and slim. No outside brick is needed. And it also does come with an HDMI cable, which obviously will support HDMI 2.1. You've got your product guide, warranty information, and here is the controller. Let's get some initial impressions going on it. It does include batteries, check that out. So AA batteries are included in the packaging. And holding it, first impression, a lot of grip going on with the back of the controller, definitely more so than the previous controller. It does feel similar in the hand. We'll take a close look at the controller in just a second. Let's check out the console. The last thing in the box was a getting started guide, how to set everything on up, and also the way to go through the setup process, which I'm actually going to make a separate video on. So again, stay tuned for that. A lot more Series X content coming soon. There is some packaging around the console, and opening this up reveals the top of our Xbox with holes at the top for that ventilation. And here is the brand new Xbox Series X console. Let's go ahead and take a close look. So up at the top of the console, it does have some green accents when you look at it from an angle. These are not lighting up. This is just painted on. Now here is the front panel with the Xbox power button. Moving along is our Blu-ray drive. And in the corner here is a USB Type A slot and our button to connect our controllers. Now moving along to the right side panel, you'll notice that there are actually 4 corners of grips. These are rubber grips, so you can actually have the console sit horizontally or vertically with the bottom. The bottom also does have grips. The bottom grip is more of a ring, and you'll see at the bottom it says Xbox and also hello from Seattle, where Microsoft is headquartered. Before we continue, I have to make a note that this Xbox isn't anywhere near as tall as I thought it was going to be. Some of the pictures that I saw made it seem like it was going to be really tall, but it's not. It's actually pretty compact. On the back is more ventilation. You have 2 USB Type A slots, an Ethernet port, your power adapter slot, an HDMI port, and the big one, your storage expansion slot, which is actually smaller than I thought it was going to be, but essentially you could take a cartridge and expand the storage and add storage to your Xbox. Now this is going to be key, especially with how many games are included with Xbox Game Pass, and of course, not pointing any fingers, how large some games are getting. Just for fun, here's a quick sound test of all the different buttons. And a quick size comparison between the Xbox One X and the Series X. Obviously a completely different shape, but when you do stand the One X on its end, it is just about the same exact height of the Series X. And a quick side-by-side with them both laying on their side. Obviously, the Series X is going to be much taller there. And just a couple more shots of them side by side. Again, I'm pretty surprised at the size of the Series X considering the capabilities it has. And as promised, let's take a close look at the new Xbox wireless controller. It does use Bluetooth Low Energy, so it's not just compatible with your Xbox, but also Windows 10, Android, and iPhones. On the back of the controller, you'll notice the added texture to it, which gives it more grip. I also noticed up towards the top, that back trigger definitely has more texture to it, and where it meets the bumper, there is that texture. So it should be a little bit easier to grip onto and quickly swap between the two buttons. At the top, your connection button, and check it out, a USB Type-C slot. Glad Microsoft has added that to their controller. Xbox logo, and just a close-up look at our right side of the controller. Down at the bottom are where your connection ports are, including that headphone jack. I'm glad they actually kept that. It's fairly useful. And onto the front, very similar look with your A, B, X, and Y buttons, fairly reflective. You've got your right joystick, a new button here, which is a share button to quickly share and bring up a share menu. I'll show that off in a future video. Your Xbox button, and an updated look to the D-pad, a little bit more clicky and a little bit more angled as well than the previous Xbox controller. And on the joysticks, they do feel fairly similar to previous Xboxes. Now let's do just a quick sound test of all of this. And a quick comparison between the new and old Xbox controllers. The new one has more of a matte look to it, where the D-pad is not nearly as glossy. The triggers up at the top, again, aren't anywhere near as glossy. You'll see the addition of the new share button and a close look at the differences between the two D-pads. And a quick close-up of the back. You'll notice more prominent texture to the Series X controller, giving you a little bit more grip. The bottom connectors are the exact same. And just a closer look at the top again with the triggers having that texture. And obviously, USB-C versus micro USB. Finally, I did put the included AA batteries in, and it looks like that did turn on our controller. Obviously, our console isn't plugged in yet. And that's going to have to stay that way for now, actually. Unfortunately, I cannot go any further. I could only show off the hardware for now. So that is it for my full unboxing of the new Xbox Series X. A lot more content coming soon. Like I said, a full setup video, some further impressions coming very soon. So be sure to click that subscribe button. Drop a comment. Let me know what you think about the new Xbox. And as always, guys, thanks for watching.